Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the Zero number 539D dark bronze anodized door sweep with a solid neoprene insert. Taking it out of the packaging here, and I want to say thank you to Zero because we specified a specific length and they very excellently did it correct. They cut it to the proper size. And what I'm driving at is the volume of orders that they contend with on a daily basis. This is just a single sweep. It's one line item on a multiple line item order, but this needed to be cut down. And I appreciate the fact that they took the time to get the length right. You can sell door sweeps and, bushel loads to contractors who don't really have a lot of requirements for hand holding or special requirements, special needs requests. But then you have a client who is retired, doesn't own, may have a screwdriver in the junk drawer somewhere, but certainly can't trim a door sweep down. The fact of the matter is they were able to accommodate that. Got that cut really nice, of course, because it's a factory original. This needed to be trimmed to 27 5/8. Obviously that's going between their stops, whatever the case might be. So we thank them for that. So this is, and I'm not going to pull the trim off of either side. Not that it matters that it's on there, because we'll pull it off. The solid neoprene is held to the aluminum extrusion holder with adhesive, securely mounted with adhesive. That's not coming off at all. The screws will go through the holder and hold that onto the door. Okay. The notable thing of this item is that the neoprene is substantially thick. And the reason I smelled the item, I wanted to detect what it was made of. They call it solid neoprene. It would be proper to call it closed cell neoprene, in the sense that it's going to, there are two types of neoprene, open and closed cell. Closed cell will be solid car tire. Okay, this doesn't smell like a car tire, but it is closed cell neoprene or solid neoprene, versus the sponge type, foam type neoprene. And that material would be really good for sound attenuation, but solid neoprene is good when you just want to put a hose on your door sweep and it will repel the water very well, meaning good for water intrusion, to prevent that. So this is a substantially thick door sweep. You do not sell these very often, and the reason you don't is because they're very inflexible. They're not going to work really well with a door closer. They don't move very much. So where I would expect you're going to install this, where I would like to see it installed, is on an exterior door that swings out, that you're probably not going to use very often, but you might be in the northern climate, or a southern climate for that matter, and you just need to keep the elements out, whether it be extreme temperature or whether in either end, hot or cold. Or you might have another issue to contend with. You might have, if you're in the Southwest, you want a door sweep not necessarily to keep the heat out or the cold out, but you want to keep the scorpions out. That's a real thing. You might want to keep, you might have a house on a beach. You might want to keep the sand out, things of that nature. So something thick and robust like this is going to certainly serve that very well. I've also sold this sort of sweep to people who have a door that comes up right to the exterior facade, and that door runs all the way down, and there is a sill under the door, but then it's a flush stoop, so to speak. So they'll leave that hang and have it actually make contact to the face of the sill. Okay, there's not a threshold, just that concrete sill that's there. So why ever you might need a piece of neoprene that's basically 5/16 thick, have at it. It's basically 2 inch tall, 2 1/32 inch tall is what they're saying that it is. Looks like it's about 2 inch. The thickness of that neoprene, they've got it at basically 5/16. That appears to be accurate. Okay. This is the 539, and that's what all of that means. The holder, the profile, the neoprene itself, a couple of small ridges on the bottom. That's good for surface area, contact area. Okay. The D means dark bronze. Now, this is awfully dark. Most dark bronze from most manufacturers are what I would term awfully dark. You know, some people might say, well, gosh, that's black. The only time, and I'm holding it up to my black mouse pad that's here basically, the only time that it doesn't appear to be black is when you hold it up to something that's truly black, like the neoprene. And under the right lighting conditions, this will appear slightly lighter in its color. So be mindful that it's quite dark. So the dimensional properties we've gone over where you're going to use it, generally. And let's switch to the screen view so we can look at the product brochure and the other documents that are uploaded here as well. So this is the item that we're looking at here. This happens to be a 42-inch. That's, you know, it's listed in the site in several different lengths. You'll see the the cross-section, the dimensional cross-section. Picture of what it looks like. Now the product brochure. Before we get to that, let's look at the installation instructions. You know, door sweeps are basically measure twice, cut, pre-drill your holes, you know, attach, things of that nature. I think the key is when you're installing a door sweep to be sure to maintain the hardware's ability to continue to operate. Meaning, if you have a door closer, you still want your door to latch. You know, if you have a fire-rated door, whatever is closing the door, a hydraulic closer, spring hinges, etc., the addition or the installation of the door sweep cannot hamper the already workings of the door. So be mindful of that. So not a lot to talk about there in terms of installation instructions. Product brochure is going to show us not only the 539, but all of its sister products. And our 539 is really down here in this corner. Okay. These are, you know, and lots of variations on this. You know, basically the 1/8 of an inch thick. The 39 is the most common zero door sweep. Certainly for neoprene it is. But that's an 1/8 of an inch thick. Very typical, common. I like how the screw will pierce through the neoprene. Keeps it all together. Not all units are like that, however. Depending on the look of what you'd like, I might be very tempted to have my screw pierce through the neoprene rather than reliant on an adhesive here. The disadvantage of the adhesive is the possibility that over time that adhesive will fatigue. The advantage of this is that it's mechanically secured, and what else I like about it is as you tighten your screw, you've got this little point here that's going to bite into the face of the neoprene, keeping that, you know, keeping the aluminum holder and the neoprene communicating with each other, so to speak. The upside of not running the screw through the unit here is not so much if you have an AA, a D, or a G. Those mean clear anodized aluminum, dark bronze anodized aluminum, or gold anodized aluminum. But when you have the B, which is solid brass or architectural bronze, by not running the screw through the neoprene, believe it or not, it's by design that exterior, extreme cold, northern, typical Chicago weather, ice freezes the neoprene to the sill or the threshold. As soon as you open that door up, the door's going this way, the neoprene is staying right here. The idea that the adhesive will break, allow the neoprene to come off, because it's not mechanically secured through the neoprene, will preserve the incredibly expensive piece of architectural brass that you have here. And then all you have to do is buy a new piece of solid neoprene that might be a couple of dollars a foot, or whatever the case might be. That would be the upside of this design. It does happen, is the bottom line. Okay, the concealed cover options, those are super nice because they, you know, you don't see your screw heads. You know, it's pretty common. Drip caps are very nice. They help drive the water away. A real petite little model here. We sell that one occasionally. Door bottoms that are going to be here as well. And as you continue to scroll through, variations on a theme, basically. Some bristle material in here. This 8193 is very common as not only a bristle door sweep, but also an astragal. A pair of these, you'd call it a split astragal. You'd put one on each door. One of those on each door at a meeting style is a really nice way to close that off. There's also now, moving forward, a link below this video to the manufacturer's page here, where you can pull up not only all of the Zero products that we sell, pages and pages, hundreds of pages, but a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. That full product catalog is going to, of course, allow you to review all things Zero. And if you've heard the name Zero at all, you probably know them for their STC-rated material. The name Zero is a leader when it comes to sound transmission control ceiling systems. They are literally a leader in this, and you are going to very often find Zero weather stripping specifically specified when you have STC-rated doors. Okay, so if you've got STC-rated doors, I would, if you want to go to the company that you know will have the absolute solution, Zero is going to be your go-to. They're also going to have cam lift hinges that go along with STC solutions. A cam lift hinge is going to allow you the functionality of when the door is in the closed position, the door is just simply closed. But when the door opens, because of the preparation that's done, the heliarchial preparation that's been done to the barrel, as that door opens, the door is literally going to lift up in the opening. The advantage of that is when the door is closed, the weight of the door itself is going to serve to keep the material well pressed against the face of the STC-rated gasketing. That door is going to be pushing as a result of gravity. These finger guards are common as well. Schools, daycare will have those items. Everyone gets a turn in life at getting their fingers stuck in a door. I did it twice as a child. One time in the car door. Doesn't hurt so much as it is emotionally frightening, but it does hurt, and can be very, very dangerous. These finger guards really keep fingers away from those pinch points. Zero has that material for both the ingress side and the egress side, or the pull side and the push side. They're also known for their automatic door bottoms. Zero has a industry-leading offering of automatic door bottoms. They have there are different automatic door bottoms that exist out there, and think of it as good, better, best. Zero is always going to be in that best category. Their material is always going to be substantially large. It's going to be physically large. We'll have lots of surface area, but that's really what you need when it comes to an automatic door bottom. So keep in mind, if you're looking for automatic door bottoms, Zero would be a great option for two reasons. Not only because they're massively capable, they're just large pieces, but they feature this quiet seal, this little feature here. What happens is when the door closes, the drop housing comes back up. This snaps back up. Well, this material here helps substantially deaden that sound. That's a substantial design improvement over the garden variety automatic door bottom. If you have an automatic door bottom, you will hear the clanking of that drop bar snapping back up. With the Zero product, when it features the Zero quiet seal, it is substantially muffled. Okay, let's finish up this video on camera. So this unit's also going to feature screws and a complementary finish. These have a self-drill point. I don't believe that is standard, but I'm sure my client's not going to contest it having a self-drilling point on the edge of the unit. I'm a fan of Zero, and it's because of the engineering that went into the product line originally. They have solutions. They have unique solutions, frankly, that no one else does. When it comes to those areas that I just mentioned, their material is made to order. There is always a lead time with Zero, at least there is historically. So plan ahead. Their material is worth waiting for, but you're not going to... We try to stock zero. We try to stock the material that we are sure is going to sell. But when you have the possibility for hundreds of thousands of possible long part numbers, it's hard to stock material that people might necessarily be looking for on a short lead time. So plan ahead. Their material is well worth the wait, is the bottom line. Any questions on the Zero part number 539D solid neoprene door sweep or any other? You could also use it as an astragal, I suppose, if you really needed to seal something off, or any other Zero product. Please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.